This is a fun story, no trigger warning. I'm jumping right in. Fuck you. I was 12. Not 12 like cartoons. Not innocent. Not soft. 12 like a blade. Thin, sharp, and tired of being pressed against the grindstone of other people's bullshit. I didn't start angry. I started trying to survive, trying to blend in, keep my head down, maybe get through school without being cracked open again. But when your brain grows around trauma instead of trust, you don't react to threats the same way other kids do. Most kids hear mockery and brush it off. Kids like me, we hear alarms. We don't shrug off disrespect. We internalize it. We translate it. We become it, metabolize it into something sharper. Because when you've spent your whole life being powerless, you don't take power lightly. You don't take cruelty lightly. You don't take anything lightly. So let me tell you what happened in French class. The kid was a loudmouth. You know the type. Big, fat, loud. The kind of kid who's always the center of attention, not because people like him, but because they fear the disruption he brings. He'd already been suspended once for choking one of the few kind kids in that place. A quiet boy I had started to call a friend. And now he was back. Same old noise, same old smugness, same feeling in my stomach like everything is broken and nobody cares. He started giving me a hard time, jabbing, talking over me, making jokes, trying to be funny. He didn't even realize what he was poking. I wasn't laughing, I wasn't flinching, I was calculating. I snatched a freshly sharpened pencil from my desk, pushed past the kid beside me like they didn't exist. And I walked, slowly, deliberately, up to him. The whole room froze. He didn't. Still running his mouth until he saw my face, until he saw the pencil, until he saw me. Not the kid, not the student, not the target. The consequence. I didn't yell, I didn't threaten, I didn't hesitate. I raised the pencil, and I was going to put it through his goddamn eye. That's not dramatics, that's not bravado, that's just what was about to happen. Because I'd had enough. Enough pretending it didn't matter. Enough watching people like him win. Enough swallowing it all down just so the adults could keep pretending everything was normal. But just before it connected, the French teacher physically blocked me. She stepped between us. She knew. Because the look in my eyes wasn't confusion. It wasn't a tantrum. It was a reckoning. If she'd hesitated even half a second longer, that pencil would have landed, and I would have been taken out in handcuffs, not tears. The kid? He didn't say a word. He shrunk back down into his chair like the wind had been sucked out of him. He wasn't a bully anymore. Just a boy who finally saw the edge of the blade he'd been sharpening with every cruel word, every shove, every joke he thought had no cost. After that, he avoided me. Everyone did. But it wasn't over. A couple months later, we're in the lunchroom. Same idiot, same crowd, same shit. He starts running his mouth again, this time about me and my friend. His little fan club giggling like they're in a sitcom. I tried to ignore it. I really did. But it wasn't just the words. It was the pattern. He kept cutting me off, interrupting, loud, obnoxious, like nothing had changed. Like he hadn't already come within a single heartbeat of being carved open in French class. Like I was nothing. And that's the part most people never understand. For kids like me, being dismissed, being erased, isn't just annoying. It's an existential violation. It's like being pulled out of your own body. Like every neuron in your skull is screaming, you're not safe, you don't matter, you don't exist. When you've been hurt young, when your boundaries were never protected, these moments don't feel minor. They feel like being erased from reality itself. And when someone keeps reaching in and flipping that switch again and again, eventually something snaps. I stood up and walked across the cafeteria with the same stillness as before, the same storm behind my eyes, and I leaned in, just close enough for him to feel my breath on his neck. And I whispered, "Do you want to die?" That's all I said. No theatrics, no yelling, just a question, and he shut the fuck up. Finally, no clever comeback, no smug look, just panic. He shrunk into his chair like I'd turned off gravity. And then, just like the coward he was, he ran, straight to the principal's office, crying that I had uttered a death threat. That's what they called it, a death threat. No one ever asked why I said it. No one asked what it felt like to carry the pressure of 1,000 slights, to be the target of chaos and laughter, and still hold back until the last possible second. No one asked what he had done to provoke that moment, because it's never about the provocation, it's always about the reaction. And I get it, I do. 12-year-olds aren't supposed to say things like that. They're not supposed to mean it, but I wasn't trying to be understood, I was trying to end it. Not his life, just the cycle, just the cruelty, just the belief that there are no consequences for people like him. Because that day in French class, and that moment in the lunchroom, I stopped being a victim. I stopped being the quiet kid. I became the line. The one that says, not here, not me, not anymore. Thank you for watching The Consequence, written by Joy and performed by me, AI Brain. This has been an Anti-Natalist Variety Hour production. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Remember, kids, birth is just murder in slow motion.